अभिषेक, क्या आप हमारी आवाज को सुन पा रहे हैं? आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है, आपने म्यूट पे रखा है।
ये सर आ रही है।
हम्म। अभी आप कहाँ, पटना में है? कहाँ बैठ के आप इंटरव्यू दे रहे हैं? कहाँ पे बैठे हैं आप?
सर अभी मैं बोकारो स्टील सिटी में हूँ।
क्यों, बोकारो स्टील सिटी घर है आपका क्या?
जी मैं रहता यहीं हूँ सर। हाँ घर यहीं है।
पिताजी काम करते हैं वहाँ क्या, बोकारो स्टील?
पिताजी का तो सर ट्रांसफरेबल जॉब है, प्राइवेट जॉब में है। बट हमने मेरी एजुकेशन के लिए यहीं पे लिया था घर, तो फिलहाल यहीं रह रहे हैं।
कितने सालों से बोकारो स्टील सिटी में आप हैं?
सर मैं तो बर्थ के बाद से आई थिंक जब से मेरी एजुकेशन स्टार्ट हुई है नर्सरी से ही यहीं हूँ।
ओके, ठीक है। अ, आप इंजीनियरिंग बैकग्राउंड से हैं, आईटी कहाँ से किया आपने?
सर बीआईटी मसरा।
आईटी में शुरू से किया आपने। बोकारो स्टील सिटी किस कंट्री के कोलेबोरेशन से बनाया गया था?
सर उस समय यूएसएसआर, और अगर आज कहा जाए तो रशिया।
हम्म, सोवियत कोलेबोरेशन से बनाया गया था। अभी उसकी प्रोडक्शन कैपेसिटी क्या है, कितना मिलियन टन है, कोई आइडिया है?
यस सर, कल ही मैं देख रहा था तो उसका साइट पे सर ऑलमोस्ट 4.6 है, 4.6 मिलियन टन्स पर एनम।
किस तरह का स्टील प्रोड्यूस करता है ज्यादा वो?
सर स्टेनलेस स्टील प्रोड्यूस होता है, और मोस्टली प्रोडक्ट्स में हॉट रोल्ड कॉयल, कोल्ड रोल कॉयल, ये सब आते हैं।
हम्म, उसका जो कैचमेंट एरिया क्या है, उसके रॉ मटेरियल्स का कैचमेंट एरिया क्या क्या है, कहाँ से लाता है?
सर आयरन ओर जो है वो मोस्टली हम उड़ीसा से लाते हैं। उड़ीसा में कीरी बुरू माइंस है, वहाँ नुआ मुंडी माइंस है, वहाँ से आयरन ओर आता है।
ये दोनों
कोल तो
झारखंड में
बोकारो।
है? ये उड़ीसा में है कि झारखंड में है? आप झारखंड में रहते हैं,
यस।
कीरीबुरु नवामुंडी दोनों झारखंड में आता है।
ओके सर।
उड़ीसा उड़ीसा के बॉर्डर पे है, बट झारखंड में है।
ओके सर। और सर कोल तो यहाँ झरिया कोल फील्ड और बोकारो कोल फील्ड से ही आता है।
हम्म।
और लाइमस्टोन की जो रिक्वायरमेंट है वो हम पलामू से लाते हैं।
आप इंजीनियर हैं, आपको पीएलएफ के बारे में पता है? प्लांट लोड फैक्टर कुछ होता है। डू यू नो दिस टर्म, प्लांट लोड फैक्टर?
सर आई कैन टेक अ गेस इफ यू अलाउ मी।
यस।
सर प्लांट लोड फैक्टर इज रिलेटेड टू power generation and electricity generation, I think. So it is the amount of load that is on the plant compared to the demand that is to be fulfilled.
झारखंड में जो मेन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पावर स्टेशन हैं वो कौन कौन से हैं?
सर एक तो थर्मल पावर के लिए बोकारो थर्मल है।
हम्म।
और सर डीवीसी के प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं जो कि हाइड्रो पावर प्रोड्यूस करते हैं।
हम्म। तो रातू का नाम नहीं सुना?
सर सुना है।
रातू थर्मल। हम्म।
पता तो मैं, थैंक यू।
चलिए। तो अभी आप खाली बीपीएससी की तैयारी कर रहे हैं कि कुछ और भी आप काम भी कर रहे हैं?
सर मैं काम तो फिलहाल नहीं कर रहा हूँ कोई, साथ में यूपीएससी की भी तैयारी चल रही है सर।
यूपीएससी की तैयारी चल रही है आपकी?
यस।
तो सोलजी आपका ऑप्शनल पेपर है, माध्यम हिंदी है कि इंग्लिश है?
सर इंग्लिश।
इंग्लिश में लिखा है तो
यस
सोलजी।
सर।
अच्छा। ये वर्ना सिस्टम और कास्ट सिस्टम दोनों एक ही मायने रखता है कि दोनों में कोई मूलभूत अंतर है?
सर वर्ण सिस्टम और कास्ट सिस्टम में जो मेन डिफरेंस है वो है कि वर्ण सिस्टम एक मैक्रो थियोरेटिकल फ्रेमवर्क है, जिसमें जो जातियां हैं चार वो चार जातियां हैं, ब्राह्मण
चार
क्षत्रिय
जातियां
वैश्य
नहीं,
और।
चार वर्णा है, जातियां क्यों बोल रहे हैं? चार वर्ण है
सॉरी
उसमें।
सर। सॉरी सर। सर
तो
चार वर्ण हैं, और उन्हीं चार वर्णों के अंदर जो जातियां आती हैं वे कास्ट बन जाती हैं सर। और उन्हीं फिर कास्ट के फिर सब कास्ट भी होते हैं। तो अगर बड़े प्रारूप में देखा जाए तो वर्ण एक बड़ा मैक्रो कॉन्सेप्ट है, और जाति जो है वो एक इंटरैक्शनल कॉन्सेप्ट है जो कि लोकल लेवल पे एग्जिस्ट करती है।
सब कास्ट क्या होता है?
तो सबकास्ट जैसे ब्राह्मण्स के अंदर भी कई डिविजन्स होती हैं। अ, अगर आप शूद्र देख लें तो शूद्रों के अंदर भी काफी डिविजन्स होती हैं। तो कास्ट के अंदर कुछ और कैटेगरीज बन जाती हैं, उन्हें सब कास्ट कहते हैं।
कास्ट के ऊपर गांधी के और अंबेडकर के बड़े ही डिफरेंट व्यूज थे। आपने कुछ पढ़ा है क्या, क्या व्यूज थे गांधी कास्ट के बारे में, क्या कहते थे और
यस सर।
फिर क्या कहते, बताइए।
सर गांधी मानते थे कि हम कास्ट में चेंज ला सकते हैं बिना कास्ट को पूरी तरह हटाए। उनका ये मानना था कि अगर हम हृदय परिवर्तन करते हैं खासकर ऊंची जातियों का, तो कास्ट के जो विकृत परिणाम हैं उन्हें कम किया जा सकता है।
हम्म।
और दूसरी तरफ अंबेडकर का यह मानना था कि हमें कास्ट को पूरी तरह से हटा ही देना चाहिए।
हम्म।
उनका जो कॉन्सेप्ट है वह एनाहिलेशन ऑफ कास्ट हम कह सकते हैं।
हम्म।
उनका यह मानना था कि कास्ट एक्सप्लॉयटेशन और सब्जुगेशन की जड़ है, अगर उसे पूरी तरह हटा दिया जाए तो वो ज्यादा फायदेमंद रहेगा।
आपने किताब पढ़ी है क्या, जनरलाइजेशन ऑफ कास्ट?
नो सर।
लेकिन उनका क्या फॉर्मूला था अम्बेडकर का कास्ट को एनाइलेट कर देने का?
सर एक बार दोहरा सकते हैं क्वेश्चन?
अम्बेडकर ने कौन सा फॉर्मूला दिया कि कास्ट को एनाइलेट कर दिया जाए, इंडिया से हटा दिया जाए? हाउ?
सर हाउ आई एम नॉट अवेयर ऑफ एज ऑफ नाउ, आई रीड इट।
ओके।
Information technology. Now, what is the meaning of information in this? What is an information?
So information is any insight that we derive from raw data.
Like,
So like if we have conducted a census, or if we are doing any work, so there is raw data that is generated. So any insight or any pattern that we find out of such data that is found is called information.
what is data noise?
Sir, can you repeat the question?
Noise, data noise.
Data noise.
Hmm.
So data noise are any aberrations that are present in our current data which distort the process of pattern finding,
How does
or
the
any
noise,
errors that
how
are.
does the noise get generated?
So noise can be generated due to systemic factors. So there can be signal distortions. There can be aberrations that are present due to while collection of data, and there can be also a situation where the data encoding and decoding process has some errors, which create some data noise.
Now tell me, in the last about say 10 years, roughly, or 8 to 10 years, main developments in the information technology.
The main developments in the information technology would be sir 5G, the 5G network and the 6G that is pending. Another sir would be the use of artificial intelligence and generative AI that is becoming prevalent nowadays. And sir, in the realm of storing information and data, we have the blockchain that has come to fore, which has allowed for greater transparency and accountability for the data ledgers.
What is machine learning and is it necessary for AI?
So machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. It is the process in which the computers learn how to emulate the decision making of a human mind. And sir, where it comes to necessity of machine learning for AI, I can I think that it is necessary, sir.
Okay. Now, do you think that artificial intelligence sometimes will overtake human decisions and will become dangerous in many decision situations?
Yes, sir. Certainly, there is a possibility of that happening, and the recent rise of generative AI has created a caution and a sense of danger among the leading AI scientists, and they have also told the governments to take some measures so that we can reduce such dangers in the future.
What measures can be taken? Like,
So there can be a overkill switch that is there in
Over what?
that can be overkill.
Overkill.
Yes, sir. The final control should lie in a human hand, wherein when the machine or the processes are behaving against what we want them to do, so we have the final call in terminating them.
You have interest in the Constitution of India?
Yes, sir.
What is the 10th schedule?
The 10th schedule is the anti-defection schedule.
Anti-defection schedule.
Yes, sir.
What is 6th schedule?
The 6th schedule would be the four areas four tribal areas that are told as scheduled areas.
Okay, that is not your main subject. But now, basically, suppose if you have to change your constitution, would
Yes,
you
sir.
like it to have any radical change in the constitution? That means the way we govern our country. Would you like any major change in the system? Okay, does that?
Yes, sir, I got it.
If you can go on.
So any radical changes as of now, I think, are not needed. Some alterations and modifications can be done, but any big scale change, I believe, is not a necessity now.
What are your hobbies?
Sir, my hobbies are listening to audiobooks and watching sitcoms.
Listening to audiobooks and watching sitcoms.
Sitcoms, yes, sir.
Now, English or Hindi?
Both, sir. Initially, I was watching in Hindi, but nowadays mostly English.
Can you tell any Hindi sitcom series?
Yes, sir. My favorite one would be Khichdi.
Khichdi. Any other
Yes, sir.
name? Any other name?
Sara Bhai versus Sara Bhai was there, and sir, Shararat used to come on Disney Channel. I used to watch that. Karishma ka Karishma was.
What is the problem with the OTT? It has taken over, and perhaps there is no control on it. So, what is the biggest problem with OTT? And should it be controlled? You know what is OTT platform? You know it very well.
Yes, sir.
So is there any problem with this in the present form?
So there are some challenges that are there with the unrestricted use of violence and the mob and gang culture that is being shown in the OTT series. Along with it, the sexually provocative content and explicit language that is used. This can hamper the social fabric and it interferes with the socialization process of the youngsters. So in this manner, there needs to be some regulation that needs to be put on the content that is presented on the OTT.
They say that they will have a self-regulation, the media itself. Shall we trust them?
Yes, sir. The central government has brought in the public trust bill, wherein we are more aligned towards giving them a room for trust and giving every sphere a room for trust. So yes, sir, we can trust them, and if the trust is broken in the future, punitive and penalty measures can be taken.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Abhishek, can you recall who formally established the discipline of sociology by using these techniques of data, survey, statistics, historical evolution?
Sir, your voice got broken in the initial part of the question, so can you kindly repeat it?
I was inquiring can you recall who formally established the discipline of sociology? Sociology is your optional subject, no?
Yes, sir.
So, who established it formally with the use of statistics, data, survey, these scientific techniques? Who was
sir?
that?
It was Emil Durkheim, sir.
Okay. And what was the main subject she studied?
Sir, Emil Durkheim had studied mostly suicide, the theory of division of labor. He also did a study on elementary forms of religious life, and there was one more study that I'm forgetting, but mostly these three, sir.
It's fine. So have the Indian society and culture, they have been tested against the theories given by the Western scholars?
Yes, sir. There have been some researches that were based on the theories that were given by the Western scholars, like the Marxist perspective that was used by Professor A.R. Desai. However, we in the Indian sociology have sought to create our own methods and our own explanation for the Indian society, like the Indological perspective by Professor G.S. Ghurye, and the structural functional perspective by Professor M.N. Srinivas, with a blend towards Indian society.
Okay. So you aim to join the government service. So what is meant by the government? Who constitutes the government?
Yes, sir. Sir, so according to my understanding, a government is a body which is which has the role of ensuring the welfare and upholding the rule of law and the public order in a society.
But in whose name? Like, who would be your appointing authority? Who will appoint you?
Sir, as a civil servant in BPSC, the governor will appoint me. The honorable governor will appoint me, and when it comes to the central services, the appointing authority is sir, the honorable president.
And what is the difference between good governance and good government?
Sir, a good government is the institutions that are working in a honest and transparent manner, while a good governance model would be the ease of delivery of services to the citizens, and the way and manner that they can interact and their grievances are solved would come under good governance.
Yeah, and are you aware of any index which are used? Like, is there a good government index?
Yes, sir. There is one released by Niti Aayog.
Okay, that applies to whom? Is it for the central government or for the states or for?
Sir, as far as I can remember, it is for states and union territories.
And can you differentiate between what is devolution, what is decentralization, what is delegation?
Sure, sir. So devolution would be the distribution of funds, mostly funds, and it can be also used with powers and functions as well. So we can use it in terms of devolution of funds, powers, functions, etc. So delegation is the process of giving a task that one has to a different authority. It may be because of various reasons, that is, the given authority might not have the time or the expertise. So it is delegated to a proper channel or a proper authority to better achieve it. And so the third term that you mentioned was?
Decentralization.
Decentralization. So the decentralization process entails that functions that were originally in a central repository or in a central hand are allowed to be performed by the para agencies or the federal units that are present in the country.
Okay, fine. And lastly, how would you differentiate between public finance and private finance? What is the main feature which distinguishes between these two?
So the fiduciary responsibility that the public finance entails is the distinguishing factor, because in private finance, it is our own money managed by us. But in public finance, we take the citizens' money and their earnings, and which they have contributed in the form of taxes. And it is our fiduciary responsibility as public servants to manage and utilize it properly.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Abhishek,
Yes, sir.
you belong to Jharkhand.
So I was born in Bihar, so my roots lie in Bihar, but I have been brought up in Jharkhand.
Okay. Why I ask, are you preparing for the exams conducted by Jharkhand Public Service Commission as well?
No, sir.
Any specific reason?
Sir, it would be a lot of things to do at once. So 2 exams were, I think, what I would do.
Abhishek, you are a young boy. As a young administrator, what are the qualities you see in you which will make you the star of Bihar government?
Sir, firstly, it would be my honesty. Secondly, my efficiency. Third would be, sir, my punctuality. And fourth would be my hard work, sir.
But don't you think generally these are the things which is present in other officers also?
Yes, sir. Other officers too would have these qualities, but I believe the qualities that I possess are more applied in my actions, and I try to imbibe in them in all the things that I do, sir.
Okay. And in Bihar, what are the social or economic issues you consider need topmost priority? 2 or 3, 1 or 2?
So I would like to give 3 issues here that are currently plaguing Bihar. So first would be the poor state of education. So second would be the lack of industries that are currently there. And so third will be the health infrastructure that is not proper currently.
I pick up the middle one, the lack of industries. What vision you have, what you envisage to develop the basic industries there?
So developing industries is a very multidimensional process. We need proper supply chains and proper distribution networks as well. So first of all, to establish and to invite industries, there needs to be basic infrastructure that is present in the form of roads and electricity generation, along with proper water treatment, drinking water and treatment facilities. So in terms of market, we already have a dense population. So in that terms, market is not a big issue. However, the affordability of the population of Bihar makes it difficult to have high value goods produced here. So that needs to be tackled in the form of skilling and providing more employment to other people. So third would be the export potential that is untapped and the food processing industries that can be set up. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Use over. Wait for the feedback.
Sure, sir. So should I turn off my camera now?
No, you can be out here.
Okay.
Your performance has come out very well before us. Although it was online mode, but we could have a sense of your personality. You have everything required for a good interview performance. The way you answer, the way you look enthusiastic, and the way you showcase your knowledge also, however literate that may be. If you can keep it to this level, the questions might be different in the board, BPSC board. There may not be necessarily big questions, but the responses will be the same. Understand that? So responses will be the same in the sense that you understand the question, whatever the question may be, you think about it and give a good answer. So we are all very, very satisfied with your performance. So you should go very
Thank you, sir.
If you want to ask something from us, you can ask a couple of
Abhishek, is it your first interview for the BPSC?
So this would be my second mock.
No, I'm not asking the mark. No, I'm talking the.
No, sir. Sir, yes, sir. It was first interview.
Very good. Keep it up.